Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy aka Man12 here, coming to you guys with some nice Destiny gameplay in the background. The gameplay you guys are going to be watching is indeed some Destiny Crucible gameplay on the PlayStation 4. This is 100% solo. I wasn't playing in a party just because of the fact that it was early in the morning and that there weren't too many people on and I had to go to class eventually. So hope you guys do enjoy it. The final score in this game was about 18-12 because I didn't do very well. Once again, playing solo against a full party of level 20s is not the easiest thing in the world, guys. But anyways, I do hope you guys enjoy it. I want to get into an important topic that I figured I'd bring up within the first few days of Destiny's release. The game has done very well, but I feel that it's time for me to bring a critical review for you guys about the game, what I think about it, what I bring you guys to your attention with the issues with the game, and help others make the decision on whether they should buy this game or not. Now, first things first, let's get into the pros with the game. The game has a great feel to it. I decided to give it a try since I'm a huge Borderlands fanatic and also a Halo fanatic. I've always been a huge Borderlands player, and I figured Destiny would be something that I could get into, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Although it's not very important much to a lot of people, I thought this was pretty awesome, but the soundtrack in this game is very awesome. I'm a huge person when it comes to game music, and, you know, Sonic being one of my favorite soundtracks of all time, but this game has a great soundtrack to it, and, you know, I think a lot of people will enjoy it. Now, moving on to the next thing, graphics on this game, pretty good looking. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it's using the same graphics engine as the Halo engine. I could be wrong about that. Someone please amend me on that. If I could be wrong, so just someone let me know if I'm wrong about that, and then I'll, you know, post it in the description and make a update about it. Accessibility. What I mean by accessibility is that everything is easily accessed in this game, meaning that your gear, pretty much your character upgrades is pretty much all at your disposal. All you gotta do is click the start menu and literally everything is right there at your disposal, which is pretty awesome. It makes ease of access pretty much easy for anybody who's new to this game, and they can see everything that they need to know within one click of a button. Moving on, we have the weapons. Although its looting system is nowhere near as vast as Borderlands series, each gun has their cool attributes to it, and even some have nice camos to show off your gear. I thought that was pretty awesome in my opinion. A lot of stuff that I can get used to. You know, the guns, I haven't really mastered the names of the guns yet, but they're still pretty awesome to look at, and they also have their great attributes to it. Now, moving on to multiplayer. Now, the Crucible is definitely very competitive. If you are not a competitive player, I strongly recommend staying away from this for a while. If you didn't put tons of hours into games such as Halo, expect to get decimated by a lot of bunny hoppers. What I mean by bunny hoppers are just everybody jump shotting across the map and sniping like they think they're phase material. But overall, the feel of multiplayer is a lot fun once you're dominating on your kill streak. The maps are a lot of fun, perfectly laid out. Weapon balance may be another problem with the game, but as far as I can go with this game, it does have a great feel to it. Moving on, your strike missions. Now, strike missions are those missions such as the Devil's Lair and also the Moon mission. I can't remember what it's called precisely, as I pick up a nice double kill right there. But the strike missions in the trailer were advertised as being extremely difficult. Now, hats off to DICE for making, not DICE, I'm talking about Battlefield, guys, but hats off to Bungie for making them extremely difficult. These strike missions require a team. You cannot solo these. If you're able to solo these, you must be doing them on the easiest difficulty, because the strike missions are by far the hardest attributes to Destiny, which makes it also one of the best things that they could have done to this game. The strike missions are just really entertaining, and they have a high retention value. Now, if you don't know what high retention value is, high retention value means that you want to play the game over and over again. And these strike missions have that high retention value, making me want to go back and play them over and over again. I've done the Devil's Lair practically around 7 times already, just because of how fun it is. And the Moon mission is also fun as well. I haven't gotten to that part. You know, I will not give any spoiler alerts of what happens. I do know what happens, but I haven't gotten that far yet. Everybody tells me that it's pretty hard. Now, moving on, like every other game, no game is perfect. So here's where I get into the issues and my concerns with the game. Oh, that recoil though. Let's get into the cons. Now, multiplayer. Now, I know what you're thinking. Didn't you just post this in the pros? And yes, I did. But multiplayer, like every other multiplayer FPS game, has its issues. I am very judgmental when it comes to netcode. I come from a multiplayer game where netcode is a huge problem. Got fixed, but it was still a huge problem back on day 1 release. And that game is Battlefield 4, which I'm sure a majority of you guys know already. There are those moments where you will get shot around the corner when you know that you for a fact that you made it around that corner. Kill trades are another problem. Kill trading is basically when you shoot somebody and you both die at the same time. In this case, in Destiny, the kill trading happens a lot when you knife somebody. Now, this hasn't happened to me once, but I've been watching a lot of multiplayer footage on YouTube and also on Twitch website, and I have seen this happen quite a few times, and it seems to be something that needs to be fixed. I don't know if this is a connection issue with our connection or pinging values that it could be an issue. It's just something that should be fixed in my opinion. It shouldn't really be happening. It's happening a lot more than Battlefield, and I just feel that it should be fixed as soon as possible. Now, moving on, the looting system. The looting system is, some people might bash me for this because I'm judging the looting system, but I'm a huge person when it comes to shoot and loot games, and I was hoping for Destiny to have this little factor. Unfortunately, it does have it, but it's not what I expected. Now, looting system is nowhere near as vast as Borderlands 2 or any of the Borderlands series or even the Halo series. Or my fault, I can't even compare Halo because Halo's not really a loot and shoot game. But the looting system is very limited in this game. It's not quite what I expected. I knew for a fact that it wouldn't be a Borderlands looting system, but I was hoping for it to be something very similar. As I fail my superpower right there, I completely messed that up. That was a mistake on my part. But I was hoping for big boss battles to drop loot, similar to Borderlands 2, where you would fight a boss battle and he would be designated to drop a certain weapon if you got lucky and killed him a certain time. Like, for example, Hunter Heelquist in Borderlands 2, who is not really a boss, but he is an enemy, a special enemy in the game, and he is designated to drop the B shield. I was kind of hoping for certain boss battles to have this attribute in Destiny, and unfortunately that just doesn't have it. But overall, I'm still enjoying what we have to work with right now as I get decimated by this guy staring at my dead body. Another thing, with the boss battles, they seem to just drop nothing but ammo. I just think that they should have a little more than just ammo dropping from these boss battles, because these boss battles are not very easy to take down, and I will get into that with the cons later on in this video. Moving on with the voice acting, although this isn't really a huge factor to a lot of people, it isn't a huge factor to me, but I figured I'd bring it up for the sake of other people who are mentioning this in the video or in other videos that I've seen with reviews. The voice acting is nowhere near as good as I get absolutely turned on by the gold gun. Now, nothing I can do about that, but it happens. The voice acting isn't a huge thing that should bother you that much, but I figured I'd bring it up regardless. Your ghost does most of the talking in this video, but the overall dialogue is like it was written by a 12-year-old. It just doesn't fit, in my opinion. It doesn't really seem to flow with the story. Like, there were certain dialogues in certain games like Borderlands that made that game so amazing. It made it so hilarious that made you want to think the game. Like, for example, in Borderlands 2, there was a quote where after you killed Bloodwing, and I hope I'm not spoiling for anybody that didn't play the game yet, but this is a spoiler alert, so if you didn't get to this part, then you might want to skip ahead a good 30 seconds. But there's a certain part in Borderlands where you after you kill Bloodwing, Handsome Jack makes a joke saying he's gonna play a violin for Mordecai Stupid Bird in E, and he plays a song, and then he says, "Alright, screw you, it would have been funny if I said it earlier, shut up." And so now that reason why that was hilarious is because it's like the developers know that we would be laughing at the fact that he just said that, and I'm not gonna lie, I was laughing when he said that, and it's just like the developers know when gamers are gonna laugh at certain moments in the game, and that was one of them. And when the characters say stuff in this game, that just really doesn't happen. You don't really have that attribute where you want to laugh at a certain quote, or you realize, oh snap, this guy's saying something really important. It makes you want to listen, but unfortunately that's not really the attribute that happens in this game. Moving on, we have boss battles. Boss battles were really disappointing in this game. Now, if you play a lot of Sonic games, you would know I'm a huge thing when it comes to boss battles. When it comes to boss battles, each boss has their phases, has their certain types of phases. Now, what I mean by phases are phases such as when you get to a certain part of the boss stage, or you take down an enemy to a certain part of his health, that boss is going to have a special attack that could actually that would actually cripple you, within the boss battle, and you would have to duck to cover, have to do some special tactic to actually dodge it. And a lot of games have this attribute, but Destiny doesn't have it. You're literally just shooting at an enemy for about 8 to 10 minutes, or 5 minutes if you're in a good squad, and you're literally just shooting at it for that amount of time, and all it does is, you know, swing some attacks, and that's about it. So honestly, I think I'm about to say DICE again, screw me, but I just feel like Bungie could have done a better job on that, in my opinion, and it really was a mistake on their part that they didn't polish up on that. Now moving on, the storyline, although I haven't completed the storyline yet, I feel like the storyline is really weak in my opinion. I'm over at the moon missions right now, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly what is the point of this game. You know what I'm saying? I'm still having trouble trying to figure out exactly what is the main objective. I mean, I get the part with the traveler and everything, but I just feel like it doesn't have a flow. You know, I mean, they're just kind of leaving us in the dark with what exactly is the point of this game. Moving on, leveling system. This is a huge problem I was really disappointed in. The leveling system is not what I expected it to be. I was hoping for at least a level cap of at least 50 at the start of the game, and maybe add some more levels later on, but I'm already level 11, guys, and there's only 20 levels in this game. Now there is a feature in the game where if you unlock Motes of Light, you can actually bring this level cap up to about 30, but unfortunately for now it's only at 30, and I feel like I really wish there was more levels in this game, because it would make the game last longer. Now supposedly there is a rumor that they're going to bring out more levels weekly, but that is just a rumor, guys. Do not listen to it. If you didn't hear it from Bungie, like I said in the beta, if you didn't hear it from Bungie, don't listen to it, because you know, whatever comes from Bungie is what they say is going to happen. Now overall DLC, this doesn't apply to me. This applies to the Xbox players. Now the DLC in this game, unfortunately, Xbox fans, you're gonna have to wait an entire year. Yes, 365 days. You have to wait an entire year to get DLC. This was a nice kill right there. You guys have to wait an entire year. PlayStation gets exclusive content for the game for an entire year. But overall, that's just my thoughts on the games, guys. Overall, I think the game's really good. I'd rate the game an entire 8.2 out of 10. That's what I rate it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. It is your boy AK signing out. Let me know what you guys think about the game, and it's your boy AK signing out. Peace.